Okay. Start. Hello, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Loyal fans. With my new streamer lighting, man, I really need to replace that uh, trash can back there. Other than that, this is like a pretty badass setup I have now. I must say myself.
You know what? I did notice that when you have popped on. I don't know if this is the only time I haven't fucking on the road while we're meeting, but I was like, damn, Darren's background looks nice.
Yeah, I
You
kind
know?
of like I went
Yeah.
harder, and I got some like softbox type things around me, and some practical lighting like streaming in from the back. You'll have to see when you come over though. It's kind of like hidden. I didn't want it looking like a studio in here, and it doesn't. But
Gotcha.
I made it look dope. Okay, not Katabasis, Katabasis. Although I still don't think that they've that they've
Katabasis.
that they've said that in
Are you
there.
recording?
I did start recording. Yes. I looked up Katabasis.
Elijah?
It's just like, oh yeah, hi Elijah. I was just talking to Elijah like a bunch earlier. Um, I looked up Katabasis. I think it is a descent to the underworld. So Dante did Katabasis. It's just like what it's called. I didn't know that. So it's not that cleverly named a book, but because we don't know it, it sure sounds like it. Oh dang! This. I don't know if I like this chick's writing, but it certainly makes me think a lot. And so that's interesting. And it at least makes me think. I'll say that like these books, even Poppy War, I can say this, like they make me think in a way that I appreciate. Unlike, that like stupid book that was like all the trauma dumping, what was it called? With like the
My Little Life, My Beautiful Whatever.
yes. I know that's
Fuck
like
that book.
also supposed to be like a thinking book, but I just hated it. And like even though I kind of hated Hot Poppy War in the end, like I feel better about thinking about these books, so I can at least say that about her because I'm not really sure how I feel about this one yet. Um, I like the idea. I like the concept. I like the descent into hell thing. I like how much is being taken from Greek mythology. I like that they're eating lambas bread from Lord of the Rings. That made me happy. Um, I think that but there's also just like a lot of things that like I really don't like about this book at the same time. And I don't know if I'm just being like a butthole or not. I can't tell, but yeah, we can just we can we can get into it. So one of the things that I don't like is, and maybe this will get resolved because they'll like explain this somehow, but it's seemingly supposed to be like a very logical book, like scholars and all this like junk. But like one of the things that like I can't really parse out besides like she decided it to be this way and that's it. And to me that's kind of like weird is so far so much of the structure of the hellscape is pretty much how we find it in Greek, like Orthodox Greek mythology. And yet, like, even though they were somehow right about the structure, right? Even though, because I mean, at this point, I know Atlas. He knows when it's time. Even though like so somehow the Greeks 2,000 years ago knew about the structure of hell, about the different places and what they were named and like what you'd find there and stuff. Somehow they didn't know about like so many other things, and so like that's weird. Like the fact that you're gonna take so much of it from them, but then somehow like I don't know. That's just like strange to me. To me, like if the Greeks knew so much about this actual place, and then we actually end up going in there, and it is it is them. You'd think that what they knew would be like the dictionary of how everything works and whatnot, but that doesn't seem to be the case, and that's like strange to me. And also, it also kind of like I feel like this book is like a little like it gets a little like preachy at times, and preachy or like I don't know, just like so far I can just already tell it's going to be very very like feminine based, and the main character is like pretty darn girl bossy so far, and I'm pretty sure like every time we come across a guy, he's gonna be either like evil or stupid or a love interest because guys aren't allowed to be anything else besides those things. Um, and then also like another thing I just noticed I had this written down. Another thing that doesn't make sense to me is if you have this world where we know about actual hell and we know about actual afterlife and we know all these factual things about like who was right versus who was wrong in terms of like divinity and spirituality and like all of these things, it doesn't really make sense for her to still be like making fun of Christian things like she does. This would totally make more sense, like instead of them saying like Jesus Christ, they should be saying like Zeus or something, because clearly we see now that God and Christians had it wrong for 2000 years. We like know that, and yet for some reason, do you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's but I noticed that in other books of hers, so I think she just has like a vendetta against it. So fair enough. But it just comes off as kind of like strange and off putting. Um, and then uh, and then I think probably like the thing that like bugs me the most is that like she it's like a contradiction that the protagonist made. She said something about like that she didn't want to go to Cambridge or she didn't want to go somewhere. I forgot. She was like I think she was like I don't want to go to Europe because they're so like postmodernist in their view. But the thing is like this like to make that statement, but then like this view of hell is postmodernism in its core. Postmodernism being that everything is correct and that nothing is incorrect, but like it seems as though all religions were correct and incorrect. There is no truth. There is no but and I'm okay with that being like the concept. It's just that like if that's the case, then like that's not what the Greeks believed. But that's clearly what was is true down there. You know what I mean? Like so like if they had all this right, it doesn't like make any sense. So I think I would have been happier if like all of this was happening except she just made it all new lore. It's like but her taking from things and kind of like bastardizing them is like weird to me. Like I don't know. And it's not even just a couple of Greek things. Like there's a Hecate's being mentioned, Orpheus being mentioned, Asphodel's being mentioned. I mean, it's like super super Greek mythology all throughout, and I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense. And then in terms of characters, hmm, I don't, I don't, I don't like her. Let me think.
Oh,
I don't hate her as much as some other main protagonists, but like I don't like her so far. I'm not even sure if we're supposed to like her though. So I don't know, like because like that thing that she just did to her dude really sucked, right? Like right at the end, like that was like really shitty. But at the same time, when she did it, it seemed perfectly reasonable for her character to me, like for her to do something so bad. So I almost feel like it's kind of set up like we're not supposed to like be that fond of her. So maybe that's like an okay take. But I don't know for sure. So yeah, I don't know. So far, I guess I feel a little bit like I did in like at least one of the Poppy Wars, where I can say that it's super well written, it's super well thought out, super well researched, which is like something that's just that this author's just great at all of those things. But like, is it turning into something that I'm enjoying? I don't really know yet. This is not a series, is it? That we know of? Do have,
I
have we
fucking
have we
hope
like
not.
verified that?
It's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
I
I think
think
it's
it's
a
a step.
standalone, and that sounds great because I really don't want this to be a series. Um. Oh, and then last thing that I hope we get some explanation on, because at least for now it just seems like stupid, is like this idea that like hell, like why does it have so much to do with like school and research and like postgraduateness? I know they're saying
Right?
about that idea where like it's their own version of hell, which like I don't know, movies and TV like that's like a thing, like that like hell is a different, but it goes beyond that because that should just kind of like affect like superficial things, but it seems like it goes deeper where like it's actually about research once you get there to like get to the next level and all this like weird stuff. So that's very strange to me. And if it really if that really is just the lore and that's supposedly how all people experiences hell, that's super stupid. Like I don't even know. I, that's just really really stupid. But I kind of hope that that's not quite it, and we just don't really understand that yet. Uh, yeah. There's a lot, man. I guess I'm just not
You
not
have a
vibing with a lot.
ton to
I'm
say.
telling you, I was like, and I was editing pretty hard while this was all happening, so I was busy, but I was like still pausing, and I was like, this bitch is freaking. The last thing is that another just like incoherent thing that breaks the immersion of it supposedly being like logical is like so far it seems like breaking into hell is like you have to be good at hiking. And I'm like, I don't understand that at all. Because supposedly like nobody does it and we don't know anything about it because it's so hard. But so far because she's like a rock climber, she's like good at breaking into hell.
She's
That's
been the Colorados and
yeah.
everywhere
And so
else.
clearly you'd be good at breaking into hell. I don't know. I think that was my last thing. Someone else go.
Okay, I can go because I have a lot less to fucking say than you. Um, she just a lot of words for a lot of nothing. And that's how I feel about this author. I felt it the same way in the Poppy War, and I remembered like thinking about it as well.
Hmm.
And then as we're getting through this book too, I'm just like, yeah, I want to get through it. I want to get through it because it's a lot of words to get to one fucking point in the book. And I'm just like, girl, you don't have to hit a word count, okay? Like you really don't. We're fine. Like we get it. We're intellectual. We can figure it out.
Hmm.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't know, nothing has happened in this book. They've crossed like what, 3 levels of hell? Well, why have we gone through so many fucking chapters of her trying to get through it? Like, God fucking damn. And I remember reading this about the Poppy War too, and it's like, oh, he's like, girl, like I just want to get through. Like, I don't think we need this much description for what it is. And I don't know. Darren, you were really eloquent in what you said, and for all of our fans, forgive me for my review today because I'm a little bit impaired. But like, I just don't. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like it's a whole lot of nothing. Like I don't even feel some type of way about it because like nothing is happening
Hmm.
in its own way. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy the circles of hell. I do like that because like I'm familiar with that and I think it's interesting. But then like you said, it's like, oh, it's like your version of hell and this and that. And I'm just like, all right. And then how did they just pass through desire? I didn't think it made sense that they had to traverse through all of this and go through all of that, but they get magically to the end of the last room in desire and she's like panic attack and then they just go straight into the next level. I'm like, if I'm making the journey through hell, I have to complete every level. I have to complete every circle, right? Like I don't know. I just there's a lot of things about it that like I don't know, but the biggest complaint I have about this book is just like I just feel like I'm reading a fucking lot for nothing to really happen.
Hmm.
And it's just confusing. It's not even confusing. It's just like okay, like it's entertaining, don't get me wrong, because she's very like it's a really well written. It's interesting. You know what I mean? Like it does capture my attention. But like when I sit here and I think about it, I'm just like, I read so much for what? Like their relationship hasn't really progressed. They haven't really found Grimes. She's never really developed as a character. He hasn't really developed as a character. I feel like we're just every single set like circle of hell that we're going through, we're just hearing the same thing from her and the same thing from him, and the same thing that she feels, but like nothing is like really happening. And to be completely honest, I bet that bitch really did want to fuck Grimes. How you tell me you want that
It
man to
does seem
tattoo
that way.
you? And oh, it was my consent, girl. Absolutely the fuck not. The only time. Do you want to say this? I want to say this. The only time I would ever let some man tattoo some random man shit about me is like if I wanted to fuck him. But other than that, absolutely not. You're out of your goddamn mind if I thought I would let some random ass man tattoo some shit on me just for funsies. Bitch, no, that's some desperate ass shit. That's some like I want to get laid shit. Not just like that's a professor and I respect him shit. Like absolutely the fuck not. Anyways, Um. Yeah. So like, I don't really have much to say because honestly, like, I'm entertained, but I feel like I'm entertained because I have to focus, not because I'm really entertained. If that makes sense, I'm entertained because there's a lot of words and
Hmm.
like we're like trudging along, but not because there's a lot happening. And I don't know how to accurately describe that right now, but that's how
Yeah,
I feel.
I understand what you
So.
mean. It's like it's disguised
uh,
fluff because I
Yes.
wouldn't just
Yes.
call it
It's
fluff in the
it's
normal
very fancy
sense.
fluff.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's like well written fluff, but it's still fluff. Like we haven't established their relationship. I understand her weird relationship with Grimes. Circles of Hell are like kind of weird. Like everything is just like oh, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I continue to listen because the writing is interesting, but there's really nothing there. There's like no substance to it, if
hmm.
that makes sense. And that's how I feel about it. Not as in depth as you, Darren, but that's my stance right now.
Okay.
I don't really like her. I mean, like she's cool, but I'm not particularly a fan. If I had to like sit here and really think about it, I say if
Interesting.
you want to fuck the man, fuck him. You're in hell, bitch. What do you have to lose? You're gonna go find your professor. You could die any minute. Fucking do it. Throw your ring in the towel, girl. Like throw your towel in the ring, girl. Like what? I don't know. Yeah. And like the whole I'm telling you, I think the biggest thing that fucks me up about this entire book is like her saying like, I'm like a locked chest. Everything oh girl. That's your fault. Like that's your fault. Like that's a Raven attack right now. Maybe it's like I find fault in main characters who I had a thought and I lost it. Hold on. Gotta rewind. Hold on. I have a fault in main characters, particularly females, who. Hold on, guys. It's like so close.
At the tip.
It's so close. I don't know. It's gone. It left
Hmm.
me completely.
That happens to me a lot. That sucks.
That's so
I
gone.
feel
Like
for you.
I feel like it's right there and I just can't grab it. Anyways, but yeah, that's how I feel right now. I'm just like, and I get it. Like I understand that that's just like in like the larger scheme of things and writing and plot and character development and whatever. I understand that that's just like an author's choice on developing that character in that way. But I don't personally particularly like characters like her. And I've read and I've seen and I've heard other people talk about like, oh well, that's who she is, and that's why I like her because she's this and that, and that's fine to each your own, right? But like me personally, I hate seeing a character that has no development. It's like very stuck. I want to see something out of it, but that's not what I was trying to say. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. Sass.
Okay.
Um, did you guys feel like really disoriented reading this book? Like it did not feel RF Kuang-ish for some reason. I mean, there were aspects of it that were, but also I don't know whether it's because she was trying to bring like a comical aspect to it, so it was like I
Because
don't
I
know. It
bet
was,
you not do humor.
yeah, she does not, but I feel like she was trying to bring it on. Like at the very start when she was drawing the Pentagon and the guy comes and he's like, "Oh, you're trying to go to hell." Like it felt weird for some reason. I don't know why that was. Like when I read Yellowface by her right after we had finished Babel, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so different from what I just read. And that's how I feel about this because we had just read Poppy War and I feel like this is completely different. Like it could be a completely different art. For me, it's like that book we read recently, Blood Over Bright Haven. It's like that,
Hmm.
like the whole academia aspect of it, the whole research aspect of it, or even that book, the other one, A Deadly Education. It feels like that. Like there were aspects of it that was funny, but this one's trying to be funny, but it's not. So
Yeah, it's
it,
true.
yeah, it doesn't feel like it's her book, but also like with the whole research and the whole academia aspect of it, all of that is like her signature stuff. So I get it, it's her book, but there's like this 20% that feels weird. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the narrator of the book. I don't know what it is. but it feels weird. The story itself is okay, interesting. Like Julia said, it's interesting enough to keep me entertained, but it's keeping me entertained for the sake because it's like I want to know what happens, but not because it's entertaining per se. Yeah, and what else? Oh, I agree with you. There was this one aspect that really annoyed me, and that's like how she brings this whole logic aspect to it, right? She goes hardcore with the logic and see how smart I am. I know all these concepts and stuff. But it's weird. If you're saying that statement A and statement B are both true, then it cannot be false. But A and B cannot be false and right at the same time. So how can you bring in like Greek mythology and Christianity and Buddhism and Taoism and everything else and
Right.
like create this mix and match situation of hell that goes against what you're talking about, right? Like against the whole logical aspect of this book. Either one is true and everything else is false because everything cannot be true. So I wish that she just stuck to one aspect of it because this isn't the Christianity version of hell. It's definitely not. But she still brings elements of it into it, which doesn't make any sense. Like the whole I don't know, the pentagrams and stuff, that's not Greek, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Not
Right?
at all. I don't know how
Yeah.
how far deep that is. Like maybe I don't know if we would necessarily ascribe that to
No,
Christians. Maybe it's before that, but there's no way it's Greek. That's true.
no, it's not.
It's like
Yeah,
pagan.
It's
sure.
paganism.
Yeah, so that's like the fifth different thing she's brought in, which doesn't make any sense. So everything can't be true. So that part was weird. Yeah. But I want to see how this ends. The characters themselves, like the guy, Peter is nice. He's one of those classical nice guys. Um,
Oblivious, nice guy.
yeah. Uh, what's her name? Oh my gosh, Law.
Alice.
I don't know how I feel about her. Like at times she's like this strong, independent feminist, and then sometimes she starts covering and she's like, "Please don't hurt me. I just did what I had to do," which doesn't make any sense. It's so out of character for her. Uh, but yeah, certain aspects are interesting, like the shades who are in hell and the people who were in it and stuff. That was not bad. But yeah, just that part really irked me, and I was like, this is not logical. And your whole book is based on logical premises, so that's weird. But let's see how it ends. Hopefully, it gets good. Maybe, no, I want to say at the end of it, they realize, oh, this is the one true thing. But then she's brought in so many things to make it work. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would have been better served to either just go super hard and like formal just Greek mythology because I think that that would
Yeah.
make a pretty damn good book. I mean, like I
Yeah.
was really like I'm probably about to play another game pretty soon because I'm finally getting in the like final version. It's like about descent into hell kind of stuff with like the gods showing up. All that stuff super cool, super interesting. We could have gone with that. Would have been right up her alley with all the research, you know. Or she could have gone with this like nonsense thing and like going into hell would have been like going into Wonderland where all this like just weird backward that could have been
That's
cool too.
Yeah.
That could have been super
That's
cool,
what
but
I
like
was
trying to do
expecting.
both was just not a good idea. And
Yeah.
Sorry, Dexter.
yeah.
Then she should have the whole logic element of it. Like at the very start, she went hardcore with it. She was like explaining it to us like we're really dumb. So, but then again, you just turn around and mix everything in, so that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I'm like a chaotic neutral in this stance because I don't know what the Christian version of hell is. I think you guys have a better understanding of it than I do.
Probably,
But
I guess.
I just want it to be like a nonsensical version of hell. And that's what I was expecting.
It'd be more interesting for
But
sure.
for it to be a campus that was very similar to what was already happening. And then like
Yeah.
so
because even the whole aspect of reincarnation, that's Buddhism and Hinduism.
that's Buddhism,
Right.
yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
still a religion winning out, which means they were
That's
right,
true.
which is like not. Yeah, it. I know. It's very, very, very strange. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
Maybe she. I don't know. There's no point getting in her like mindset, but I think she could have done better with like the core concept of it.
Yeah.
And it could have been
Everything could
actually
have been
pretty
done
cool
better.
because some of the bones here are pretty darn
I
interesting. Like
agree. I
we don't
agree.
run into this. I mean, right? Like we don't run into this construct at all. It's pretty cool, but
Yeah.
just poorly executed, I guess.
Yeah. And I appreciate the
Unfortunate.
fact they jumped right into it right at the beginning. Like it only took one chapter for them to get there. Instead of like 5 chapters in and they're still debating, oh, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah,
So I
that's
that.
fair. I like that too.
Mm.
I also think the romance is kind of weird too. Like I know in the description of the book, Darren, that you probably didn't read, it was described like as an enemies to lovers kind of thing.
Hmm.
Oh, you guys, like I'm on the tail end of my original thought. And I'm almost there. And like what I just said, like
But still
triggered it.
not.
What the fuck was it?
It definitely had something to do with women and men and their interaction. So it makes sense that it came back to your mind just now, but I still don't know what it was.
I think it has something to do with like smart, awkward women and men. And I just can't like put it together. Like it's a trope that, you know?
Hmm.
When I think of it, I'll tell you guys. But yeah. I just like honestly, this is like this is one of those books where I just want to get to the end. Like I'm not really enjoying the journey. Like I'm appreciating it. I'm acknowledging the journey, but I just kind of want to get to the end of it. I kind of just want to see if it's gonna get better in any way, shape, or form. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. That's all. Like I said, a lot of words for little.
And actually, now that I
I
think
don't know.
about it, that something that probably speaks a lot is like me and Julia finished pretty early, and you like took a while longer. I did not this I did not mind not having reading this book further for the
Yeah,
last couple of days.
same.
If it was a lot of
I
other
wasn't
books, I
like,
would have
oh,
been
I
like
want to read
dying
it.
and like, hurry up,
Yep.
Manel, But
Yep.
this one, like, I could have gone longer before going back to it.
Same.
It was
Same.
just whatever. Yeah, that sucks, but it is what it
I
is.
honestly forgot that we were reading it. That's how like unimportant it was. I was like, oh fuck, we're reading a book for book club. I forgot about it. That's how like uninterested I am in it. I'm so serious. Yeah.
Perfect.
But this book got a lot of hype, like before its launch, like everyone was losing their minds over it. I don't see the hype though. Like it's good, not mind blowing.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see the hype. I could see all the hype of like, well, you know, we're all a bunch of assholes here, and we have the same general opinion. But just like the small minds that like get so hyped about Iron Flame, I could see those small minds going into this and just being mind blown. Like, whoa, you know, oh my gosh, this is the afterlife. This is, you know, I don't know. So I could see people getting weird.
But
I am
Babel
unimpressed.
was good, right? I mean,
People was so good.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost. This has been making me rethink all of that because like I wonder
yeah.
like if it was like not as good as we think, but I think it was pretty good. I think it was.
It
Is
was
it
good.
because that was the first book we read by her? We were like, oh my gosh, this is such a novel concept, and we were like, oh my gosh. We've never,
Sure.
well, never really read a book where the author kind of mixed in like fiction with academia and like research and like these little footnotes and stuff.
Sure. But now that
So
that concept is not so novel, I wonder if we like
yeah.
reread Babel, if we would be like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Again, it's still good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe it's getting old, this whole concept of, because like, okay, that was Oxford, this is Cambridge, right? So it's like the
I
same.
think the dark academia
Yeah.
is getting old. I feel like again, like with other genres, Shroud, where at first I was just like, if you've read one Alien book, you've read them all. It's the same
Hmm.
thing. And then he like switched it up on us in the end, and it was different. But that's how I'm kind of feeling with this book, like Dark Academia. If you read them one, you read them all.
Yeah.
They're all weird, oddly smart girls who have like an unrequited, whatever the fuck you pronounce it, crush, who it didn't work out, and now, you know what I mean? And that's the thought I think had left me. It's just like one of those books where it's like a really smart girl who's in academia, who's really interested in a man, and at some point in time it falls out, and here we are, then I'm trying to like whatever, and that's how I feel about it. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like if that is the basis of the book, if like that's what the like at the core what the plot is, bitch, make it more interesting, make it spicy, make it something. But don't make me feel like I'm reading a fucking textbook to get to that. Like I don't give a shit.
I was
Like
just
make
thinking.
them
I was just
kiss in a
thinking.
corner, surprisingly or something. I don't know, like something.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like the fluff aspect, and like this book literally had a small discourse about morning wood. I didn't think I was ever going to see that in a book, and like why did we do that in this book in about a descent into hell? Like why was that in there? And it wasn't like good. It wasn't like sexy. It wasn't like it wasn't and it wasn't that funny. You're right about the humor. She is trying to make
This
this
book is
very
not funny
humorous,
at
but
all,
it's not. It
and
isn't
I
very
see it.
funny.
Not trying,
I
trying
see the
to.
points where she's trying to be funny. It just
Yeah,
doesn't hit.
it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fucking sucks.
But
Yeah.
I was wondering about was why is she so prejudiced against American colleges, and she upholds the British colleges so
It
much.
is true.
Like
Hmm.
she's
Didn't think
American,
about that, but you're right.
so I was like wondering why is that like a general notion that people have, or like is it just her?
It's probably where she went. We should look where she went. Maybe
But
that's all
she's
it is.
American.
Yeah, but fancy Americans can still go to college in Europe, though.
Fancy Americans.
Fancy Americans.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's it. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.